I got a collective for people who are kind of repeating the same lesson over and over again. It's showing up in different ways, and it's proving that like your approach thus far, which I think is kind of avoidance and like isolation, is not proving to like help you out here. Um, I think y'all, it's time to decide like to choose healing, because this is just burdening you, and the star is reversed. Okay, the star is like, it can be rejecting like healing because it is a healing recovery energy, and because it fell on the devil. Um, but it can be like avoiding certain parts of yourself, so you're not putting yourself in certain environments where maybe that part of yourself you're avoiding would maybe be triggered. And this feels like exposure therapy, you kind of needing to put yourself out there in environments that feels really uncomfortable and may trigger you so that you can address it head on. Trying to just like overprotect yourself and your environments is not true power, because the Queen of Wands is here. This felt like finding a true sense of empowerment, and that's in how you respond to the triggers. The triggers may not go away, but they will subside when you kind of create new pathways, new responses, instead of reacting or letting everything just like touch you. Having more discernment in your responses and what you are contributing to certain energies or certain triggers, like how much you're feeding the trigger in a more negative way. It's like you got to face it head on so that you can address it and create a new path, a new path of healing. On the bottom deck is Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands, so that's great. It feels like love, particularly. I feel like some of y'all are avoiding love. And it's like, it's kind of energy of like, oh, I thought I was healed, but I just was kind of like avoiding love, which would trigger some of these wounds. And when I try to like put myself out there, then it's there again, and I'm like, oh nope, like I need to run away. But you don't need to run away, you need to run towards it. And the more you kind of recognize these triggers, the more they'll subside. The moon, okay? This is like shadow work, okay? Juggle, yeah. And you're taking on too many responsibilities by trying to pull strings around you, control the people around you, the environments you're in, maybe conversations you're having. Too much stuff that's not really in your control, and it's almost like exhausting to try to like dodge all this energy. It's very like hyper vigilant, and it's just right now it's like you need to learn how to be like a rock, firm within yourself enough that you're untouchable, and the shit around you is not gonna touch you, because it feels like everything, there's no layer of discernment, everything's touching you, like you're feeling everything. And I get it, but protect your energy and be discerning about what you give your attention and reactions to, because the triggers will not necessarily go away, but you can respond differently. And each time you practice new responses that are healthier for you, the easier it'll get, and it won't be so painful. It'll start to subside. So if you want situations to show up differently for you, you got to show up differently.